Hey everybody, Happy New Year and welcome to my first video of 2026, and today I'm going to tell you 5 things that you should know before buying a used Tesla. So in October last year I purchased a Model Y with 24,000 miles on it, and it is a 2022 long range all-wheel drive. And it cost me £27,000. And there's some things that I wish I had have known before buying it, and I'm going to share these with you here today. So the first thing that I wish I had have known before buying it was that I had have made sure that the dealership that I was purchasing the Model Y from actually had ownership of the Model Y in a Tesla app. So basically, my dealership bought the car from an auction and the car was delivered to them as is. And obviously when it came from an auction, the auction didn't actually have ownership of it in a Tesla app. Obviously they owned the vehicle, but the previous owner's details were still in the car. There wasn't any personal information, but there was just like little things like there was an unpaid supercharging bill, and there was stuff like their phone was still connected, which was something which was a bit concerning to me. But I was reassured that the balance from the old supercharging miles wouldn't come to me after reaching out to Tesla about that. The downside now for them not having ownership of the car in a Tesla app meant that I had to wait for my ownership documents to come through in the post. And over here in the UK, that is known as a V5C. So I didn't really get the full Tesla experience straight away. I had to wait maybe 2 to 3 weeks for that to come in. Once it came in, it was pretty easy. I'm going to pop up on the screen here some of the steps that I followed. So basically in the Tesla app, you have to go through and prove your ownership of the car, and then you will get full control of it. I was expecting once I uploaded everything, it was going to take about a week, but it actually took like 5 minutes, which I was really happy with. And I was able to then go in and see that I obviously wasn't being charged for those fees for the supercharging. The previous owner's key was gone, something which was a bit concerning to me because technically that person could just walk up to the car and open it if their phone was close enough. But when on day one of receiving it, I actually deleted that key. So I had all the key cards and everything, so it was safe enough, but it was more so concerning that that was still on there. So definitely check where you're buying it from. If it's a third-party dealership, that they have control of it in the Tesla app, because it is literally the matter of just transferring the ownership on the app, whereas the way I had to do it was had to wait to get the documents in and then upload them to the Tesla app, and that took a few weeks. And you really want the Tesla app straight away because it's pretty awesome. I love like preheating the car, checking the car, checking the cameras from the phone. Yeah, it's just brilliant, using it as a key as well. So that's my number one thing. Something that not everyone is probably going to experience, but definitely something that you should look and ask about if buying from a third-party dealer. I don't think if you're buying directly from Tesla, you'll have that issue. But yeah, it's just something that I wanted to mention in this video. So the second thing is pretty obvious, and it's probably something that all of these videos will mention, and it's just to check the battery health. So if you're buying used, you want to check how healthy the battery is, and you can do this in 2 ways. Via the Tesla app, if the dealership has ownership of it, it can be done very easily there, or if you step into the car, you can actually do it in the car as well. Something that you're definitely going to want to check. So I'm just going to show you where to check the battery health inside the Tesla. So bottom right corner, you're going to press on the little car icon. On the left hand side, you're going to go down to where it says service, scroll down to the bottom here, and you will see a mode that says battery health. You're going to click in here, and this is going to give you your battery health. So for me here, it's saying your battery's healthy and it's within the expected range based on the age and the mileage. So the third thing that I want you to consider when potentially buying a used Model Y or a used Tesla at that matter is just to do with the charging, really. I think if you have a home charger installed, or you can get one installed, it's no problem. It takes about maybe 6 to 8 hours overnight to charge. So every night you just plug it in and you wake up with a full charge essentially the next day. No worries. If you're kind of relying on public charging, I would maybe consider it. Definitely look around your area to see what the public chargers are like. Over here in Northern Ireland, they're not great, to be honest with you. We literally have 2 Tesla supercharging sites, and they're, I actually think one of them is temporarily closed at the minute, and they're pretty far away from each other. So that's something that's frustrating for me, but thankfully, because I have a home charger, I'm okay. Now, there are other third-party chargers that are starting to pop up everywhere, which are fast chargers, which is great. But the Tesla supercharger network in the likes of America and like in England is far superior over here. So if you're in them areas, you'll probably be fine. But just something to consider. If you don't have a home charger and you're going to be relying on public chargers, maybe wait until you get either a home charger installed, or you properly really kind of can map out where you'll be able to charge. But you also have to remember that sometimes the public chargers might not be working. So that's something to consider as well. So the fourth thing, another pretty obvious one, but something that I overlooked because I was a little bit excited about potentially getting a Tesla, is just to check your tire thread depth. For me, I actually got stung a little bit. I had the Tesla for a month. I somehow managed to get a nail in one of the tires, so I took it to a garage and they checked it out. And I said, how long do you think I maybe have left on these tires? And he was like, probably about a month. And that was a bit frustrating for me because I literally had the car a month, and the thought of replacing those tires straight away was kind of annoying because it can be pretty expensive to buy tires for an electric car. And thankfully I reached out to the dealership, and after a little bit of back and forth, they agreed to replace them for me. And I know you're probably thinking, God, Chris, that's probably one of the first things you should check as well. Just check your tires and the condition of them. I just completely overlooked it, really. And something that I've learned from it, and hopefully that you will double check that as well. So yeah, check your tire thread depth. So the fifth and final thing, and probably a little bit of potentially an under the radar kind of one that I don't see mentioned in these videos, is actually to do with the HEPA filter and the cabin air filter. This is one I overlooked as well, and it's something that if you haven't owned a Tesla before, you're not going to be thinking about, to be honest with you. So let's jump into the car, and I'm going to actually show you where you can check the last time it was changed and the next time it's kind of due a change. Something that's very handy. Right, so now we're in the car. I'm going to show you where we can check the maintenance of the air filter, and we're going to click on the car logo in the bottom right corner. We are then going to go down on the left hand side. We're going to go to service, and we're going to scroll down a little bit until it shows up here where it says maintenance. And in the maintenance part here, this is where you'll get all of the information. So you'll see I've just had my cabin air filter replaced on the 3rd of December, and the next maintenance is due in 2 years' time. The HEPA filter last change was the 3rd of December, so the same day, and that's next going to be due a change in 3 years' time, so December 2028. So in here is where you can actually find the lifespan of the air filters, so your cabin air filter and your HEPA filter. Also just good to know when you go to have a look at the car, just to check that in the little service section. So the reason I decided to add that one in is actually because after doing a little bit of digging through menus, I kind of went into that menu and seen that they were actually due or nearly overdue a change. So after the whole tire situation, I didn't bother going back to my dealer. I just went straight to Tesla and replaced them. I got them to do both of the filters, and then I actually got them to replace the window wipers as well. Now, to be honest with you, the window wipers you could definitely do yourself, but because I was getting the other two things done, I just thought might as well just get them to do it when I'm there. The two air filters can actually be changed yourself too. But I didn't really want to be ripping trims out and trying to replace it. But it will be a little bit cheaper to do it yourself. I think I paid like £300 for the two air filters and the wiper blades, which was fine. Again, a little bit annoying after only really buying the car, but hey, it's one of them things really. So yeah, those are 5 things that you should definitely think about when purchasing a used Tesla. I've been absolutely loving mine. So far since October, I believe the last time I checked, I've saved like £330 on the kind of petrol / diesel equivalent by charging at home. Which is a lot of money in those couple of months that I've owned it. So yeah, in terms of driving the car, I absolutely love it. I love how quiet it is. I love the technology, the phone app, everything. I highly recommend going for a test drive in one at least. I will drop my little referral link for Tesla if you're interested in buying one down below. No pressure to use it, but it's there if you want to. And yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video, and hopefully you found one of those things interesting and maybe helpful. And I hope that if you are in the market for a Tesla Model Y or Model 3, that you'll enjoy it, and health to drive.